Hey folks, this is Kalani. If you hadn't heard yet, the experience bonus was removed from Heirlooms entirely. Gone. Kaput. Leveling will be fast enough in Shadowlands without the extra experience according to Blizzard, and we do have to agree. We managed to get from level 1 to level 50, which with the level squish in place for Shadowlands is the equivalent of 1 to 120, in 13 hours playtime, and we weren't exactly rushing. That was with no bonus experience and no flying. So when you add flying into the mix, I imagine you're going to level incredibly quickly, even without any bonus experience from the heirlooms or other sources. But this did leave us with a very important question. If heirlooms are not going to grant us any bonus experience, what will they do? Something has to replace the lost XP buff to make heirlooms still worth all of the gold you spent on them, right? Well, before we jump in, be sure to pop by our live stream sometime over at twitch.tv/KalaniTV. We stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday at 12 PM PST, and we always love chatting with you wonderful folks, so I hope to see you soon. Blizzard's answer to this problem is a set bonus. That's right, an heirloom set bonus. We might not be getting actual tier sets or class sets to go after in 9.0, but the heirloom system will have a set bonus implemented to encourage you to equip more and more heirlooms until you have every perk available. There are 7 items in the heirloom set which relate to most available heirloom slots: chest piece, helm, shoulders, cloak, legs, necklace, and ring. These are the only 7 types of heirlooms that will count towards this set, which means your weapons and trinkets will not provide any benefit, at least when we're talking about the set bonus. The set bonuses also cap out at 6, meaning you only need 6 of these 7 pieces to fully benefit from the set, which means you won't need a ring. That's probably the key piece that most players are missing at this point. Rings only come from annoying sources like the fishing tournament or the Warlords of Draenor shipyard, so it's good news that you won't be left out if you don't have one of those hard to acquire heirlooms. If you equip 2 heirlooms, you will get the bonus rested experience consumed is reduced by 30%, so your rested experience will last longer, giving you extra rep on kills. That will be somewhat helpful if you level your ult slowly and wait for rested experience to accrue. For the 3 set, increases your out of combat regeneration in the outdoors, normal dungeons and battlegrounds. So less downtime and you shouldn't have to stop at all to eat, maybe even while working your way through dungeons and even potentially in battlegrounds. I have to say, out in the world questing, I can't actually remember the last time I had to stop and actually sit and eat, so that might not be too useful. It will depend on the effectiveness of the effect and how much you're really taking on. I do love how they specified normal dungeons though, so you won't be able to take advantage of this for anything higher than that, if that was maybe ever a possibility. The 5 set is gaining a level triggers a burst of knowledge, dealing holy damage to nearby enemies and granting you 40% primary stat for 2 minutes. Defeating additional enemies extends this effect up to 2 minutes, so 4 minutes total of 40% primary stat. That's potentially quite powerful, but that's 4 minutes after you level. If you have any downtime after that ding, this could be completely wasted. On the flip side, if you can play around that ding in a dungeon and do a big pull, that could be an interesting way to AoE burst mobs down, especially if multiple members of your party are dinging at the same time with this set. I think this has more power inside dungeons where you level very often and you're always killing stuff to extend the buff. Downtime kills this buff for sure. And then the 6th set, here's the big one, the full set bonus. Rested experience consumed is reduced by 30%, for a total 60% with the first set bonus added on. Bit disappointing for the 6th set, and that's it. The focus on rested experience is a little strange to me because rested experience doesn't really do anything for you unless you park your ult in an inn for extended periods of time. Maybe this is to encourage you to level bit by bit instead of in one big burst. I know that's typically not how I level. When I want to get an ult to max level, it's usually a main focus of mine and I do burst leveling. I don't do bit by bit leveling. I don't do 1 or 2 levels every few days and let the rested build up. But if you do, maybe you will see a larger benefit from this. The out of combat regen could be useful for decreasing downtime, and it could let you pull larger packs of monsters because you know you're going to heal up pretty fast afterwards. if it actually heals you up fairly fast. I don't think it's going to be super useful for dungeons though, because you stay in combat almost constantly if you're going quick. The big boost on level up is the most interesting set bonus in here, and probably the most powerful. This is something I think works as an heirloom set bonus, but the 4-minute duration per level up is very restrictive, which is a shame because most of these other buffs aren't too exciting. Now, even though we can see what the set bonuses are, it looks like none of them are actually enabled or active on the beta right now, or at least I can't get them to work or proc. Some of this, like the out of combat regen set bonus, is going to depend entirely on its effectiveness, so we won't be able to see that until they're actually ready for testing. So, I guess the main question here would be, with these set bonuses in play, are heirlooms still worth using? I would say they are, for two main reasons. First, any buff or boost is better than none. It might not be what you want, it might not be better than bonus experience, but it is better than nothing. And second, even though heirlooms are on par, or even slightly worse than item level appropriate gear, you never have to swap it. Not thinking about new gear, or when you would need to re-equip heirlooms or swap back and forth between gear sets, it's just not worth it in my opinion. And with heirlooms still providing that scaling item that will never need to be replaced until you reach the max scaling level of them anyway, that provides an ease of use bonus that you have to consider. With that being said, I would not be surprised if you were still disappointed that the heirlooms you spent so much gold on to acquire and upgrade just weren't that interesting anymore. Personally, I would like to see some other bonus that helps us level faster, or at least easier. The scaling item is nice, some of the bonuses are okay, the level up buff one is cool, keep that, but instead of focusing on rested experience, which I personally haven't paid any attention to in a very long time, what about things like movement speed increases, or faster mounting, or faster mount speeds, faster casting, something that's fun. It doesn't have to be bonus experience for heirlooms to be good. I think there are some quality of life or ease of use buffs that could be provided that wouldn't break the game, it wouldn't cut the leveling speed in half, but it would make the heirloom set feel at least more powerful than your average set of gear. Or, you know, they could make heirlooms powerful again like they were back in the day. Do you folks remember when heirlooms were significantly more powerful than typical item level gear? I'm not saying there should be that big of a gap between heirlooms and normal gear again, but right now, heirlooms are actually a touch below your expected power level. Just bringing them up a notch or two could also make them well worth the gold investment. Now you may be thinking, no problem, they took away our heirloom experience, but they can't take away our potion experience. Well, about that. I guess it turns out they can. All bonus experience potions will cease to work when the Shadowlands expansion releases, with the exception of the Draft of 10 Lands. That's the one you can buy for your little PvP medal things at the Warfront vendor. Those still work and will provide you with a 10% bonus experience as per usual, but other potions, including the huge 300% experience potions like the Elixir of Ancient Knowledge and the Elixir of the Rapid Mind, will not work at all. This also includes the Garrison potion, by the way, so that one is out of the window too. I think this leaves the 10 Lands potion as our only experience potion in Shadowlands, and it's only going to work up to level 50, so pretty much anything except Shadowlands. So if you've been hoarding the others in the hopes of using them someday, somehow, for some alts, or maybe even to try and sell, you should probably sell them or use them before Shadowlands arrives, because when that pre-patch lands, they will become entirely worthless and useless. It doesn't stop there though. Another very useful source of bonus experience is the monk buff Enlightenment. And I know what you're going to say, not the monk buff Kalani, not the monk buff 2, but yes, I am sorry to say monks will lose their free 50% bonus experience quests. Or well, technically they won't lose the quest, but the buff is going to change. Instead of giving you bonus experience, it will instead give you some rested experience. That's still not too bad, depending on how much rested experience you get, but it's not going to be anywhere near as powerful as a 50% experience boost for an hour. So if you want to level a monk and get it done quickly, it might be a good idea to get that class done before Shadowlands arrives. Though with Shadowlands leveling being faster overall anyway, it might not matter in the long run. But that's all of the info we have on the heirloom changes and the current plans for bonus experience sources. How would you make heirlooms worth the gold cost if you can't have the bonus experience back? Different set bonuses, a new buff or two, maybe make heirlooms more powerful again? And what do you think of almost no bonus experience potions working in Shadowlands? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to explore the beta, see all those wonderful Shadow Priest changes and leveling, Torghast, all that good stuff, if you want to see it live, you can find us over at twitch.tv/KalaniTV. We stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday at 12 PM PST, and watching the stream and coming to say hi is one of the best ways you can support the channel right now, and if you ever wanted to be included in the long list of names at the end of every video, a subscription on Twitch is the easiest way to make that happen. You get a free sub to any Twitch channel if you have an Amazon Prime too, so be sure to take advantage of that. A big thank you to everyone who has subscribed on Twitch already and to our supporters over on Patreon. You can see their names floating by on screen. If you want to join these lovely guys and gals, well, now you know how. Remember to leave a like just below the video before you leave, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. But apart from that, thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always I will see you next time.